英語で国内ニュースです。優しい英語で今日の出来事をお届けします。
Nippon Bank Governor Ueda noted that the Middle East situation remains highly uncertain. He stated that the bank must closely monitor the impact of these events on the economy, prices, and finance. He warned that high oil prices hurt Japan's economy, and prolonged tensions risk disrupting supply chains and slowing corporate production.
The World Bank governor warned about a significant employment crisis in developing countries. He stated that over the next 10 to 15 years, 1.2 billion people will reach working age. However, current estimates only create enough jobs for 400 million people, resulting in an estimated deficit of 800 million jobs globally.
Concerns over military tensions have risen regarding Iran. Reports indicate that following failed diplomatic talks, the United States plans to begin blocking sea traffic entering Iranian ports. This escalating tension is raising fears of a major confrontation in the Middle East.
Prime Minister Takeichi held a phone call with Pakistan Prime Minister Sharif. Pakistan previously acted as a mediator in recent U.S.-Iran discussions. The call aimed to exchange views and find common ground toward an early de-escalation of the high-tension situation in the Middle East.
On the bond market, long-term interest rates temporarily rose to 2.49%, reaching a high level not seen since 1999. This surge was prompted by concerns that domestic inflation might accelerate, which is linked to the ongoing instability of the situation in Iran.
Regarding the nuclear waste disposal site, Ogasawara village head stated that the national government's planned document survey in Minami Torishima is acceptable. He explained that the national government must make this critical judgment responsibly and proactively for the future of energy.
Police announced that the cause of death for a body found in a mountain in Oita Prefecture was a cervical spinal cord injury. The body was confirmed to belong to a female. Police arrested a suspect who was suspected of abandoning the body, which was linked to a missing person case.
Major home equipment manufacturer TOTO suspended orders for products like system baths. This decision was made because the supply of petroleum products has become unstable. The company cited the overall instability of the situation in Iran as the primary cause for the disruption.
At the Tokyo University entrance ceremony, the university welcomed 3,123 new students. While the Kanto region now accounts for 60% of students, a guest speaker encouraged the new students. He advised them that the human heart, not AI, is what will determine the future of humanity.
Police in Aichi Prefecture arrested a man on suspicion of murder. He was found deceased in an apartment with two women, one a teenager and the other in her 50s. The suspect admitted the charges and is suspected of having killed the two women on the previous day.
次は社会のニュースです。
Ogasawara Village Mayor Shibuya stated that the national government should make the final judgment regarding the nuclear waste disposal site survey on Minamitorishima. The mayor expressed acceptance of the government's role in decision-making. The government requested the survey starting March 3rd. Minamitorishima is located far from the mainland, which some consider advantageous due to its distance from seismic activity.
Tokyo University held its entrance ceremony for 3,123 new students. Guest speaker Hideki Noda encouraged the students, asserting that human hearts, not AI, determine the future. Director Digao emphasized the university's mission is the creation of knowledge. While many students are from the Kanto region, regional students noted the high level of English proficiency among their peers.
A former staff member at a facility for children with disabilities has been arrested. The suspect is accused of indecent acts involving a 5-year-old girl who used to attend the facility. The suspect is currently denying all charges. The police investigation is ongoing, and authorities are continuing to gather evidence related to the incident.
Fraudsters are exploiting the new blue ticket system for bicycles. Scams have been reported targeting high school students shortly after the system began on April 1st. Experts are urging caution, pointing out that the start of the new school year increases opportunities for such scams. Citizens are advised to ignore suspicious calls and share information with others.
Police are continuing to search for a primary school 6th-grade boy who has been missing for 3 weeks in Nanton City, Kyoto. Authorities found a pair of shoes believed to belong to the boy. The shoes are described as being the same style the boy was wearing. Police are intensifying their search efforts around the location where the shoes were discovered.
10 years have passed since the Kumamoto earthquake. In Minami Aso village, the population has decreased by 18.8% compared to pre-quake levels. Although infrastructure recovery is progressing, disparities in recovery are visible. The main challenges now involve promoting permanent residency and boosting tourism in the affected areas.
The LDP Secretary General, Toshiichi Suzuki, mentioned expanding the ruling coalition. He stated that in order to stabilize the government foundation, there is a desire to arrange further cooperation through a coalition structure. This comment was made while the ruling party holds less than a majority in the House of Councilors.
Regarding Trump's talk of a potential blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, government official Kihara Minoru responded. Kihara stated that Japan supports diplomatic efforts for early de-escalation. When questioned about participating in a blockade or mine removal, Kihara confirmed that nothing has been decided regarding the dispatch of self-defense forces. Japan continues to monitor the situation closely.
Following repeated cases of teachers taking unauthorized photos of students, countermeasures are being implemented. These include banning the use of personal smartphones for photographing students and restricting the devices in classrooms. Many local educational boards are adopting these measures to protect students. This aims to reassure parents, though it raises questions about quick communication during emergencies.
Soon, 10 years will pass since the devastating Kumamoto earthquake. This major disaster caused damage to over 198,000 homes across the prefecture. The event strongly highlighted the critical need for society-wide improvements in earthquake resistance. Efforts are continuing to promote structural reinforcement and safer living environments in the region.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
U.S. crude oil futures rose sharply, exceeding 9%, reaching the $105 per barrel mark. This surge is fueled by ongoing supply concerns. The price spike follows the failure of ceasefire talks between the U.S. and Iran. Adding to the tension, the U.S. announced plans to blockade all maritime traffic in the vital Strait of Hormuz.
Long-term interest rates climbed to over 2.44%, reaching a 27-year high. This is driven by high oil prices due to the Iran situation and persistent pressure from a weak yen. Market observers warn that prolonged instability and deeper fiscal concerns could accelerate selling of government bonds, fueling inflation fears.
The Nikkei average declined in the morning, falling by over 560 yen. This drop was attributed to uncertainty surrounding the Middle East situation, particularly after the U.S.-Iran talks failed to reach an agreement. The index temporarily lost more than 600 yen, reflecting investor caution.
The chief cabinet secretary stated that Japan is closely monitoring developments regarding the U.S.-Iran talks and diplomatic efforts. He stressed that the most critical development must be the actual de-escalation of tensions. The priority remains achieving stability through diplomacy and dialogue.
3 political parties proposed stricter rules for arms exports. They met with government officials, requesting cabinet decisions that make the government responsible for all lethal weapons. They also demanded mandatory advance notice to the Diet for high-value export cases.
Experts warn that AI is causing a major shift in work. Jobs relying on rules or routine back-office tasks are most vulnerable. Future careers will require either highly skilled leaders who manage AI or blue-collar workers using physical skills and human emotion, like in consulting and sales.
The average insurance premium for the elderly healthcare system is projected to hit a record high of 7,989 yen per month. This increase is expected this year and next, primarily due to the continuous rise in overall medical costs and expenditure for seniors aged 75 and over.
The Kidanren recommended that Japan transition to an investment-driven economy. They advised the government to establish an independent fiscal institution. They also proposed implementing multi-year budget planning to ensure sustainable public finance and social security.
Following the breakdown of peace talks, government sources warned of a potential long-term crisis. The immediate priority is ensuring the safe exit of all vessels from the Persian Gulf. Market anxiety is high, pushing up long-term yields and causing stock market declines.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Rory McIlroy won the Masters tournament, achieving his 4th career consecutive victory. He shot a 71, putting him at 12 under par. This makes him the 4th player in history to achieve this feat. He secured $4.5 million in prize money. Meanwhile, Hideki Matsuyama finished the tournament in 12th place with a score of 69.
In the NBA, the Lakers contributed to a victory with Hamamura Rui scoring 22 points during the final regular season game. With this win, the team secured the 4th spot in the Western Conference and advanced to the playoffs. The team's performance helped them reach the postseason.
In the Major League game, Dodgers player Shohei Ohtani hit a solo home run for the 2nd consecutive game against the Rangers. Meanwhile, starting pitcher Roki Sasaki struggled with control. He allowed 2 runs over 4 innings, recording his 2nd loss this season.
The figure skating pair Miura Riku and Kihara Ryuichi, who won gold at the Milan Cortina Olympics, recently performed at their company's entrance ceremony. They displayed their routine for the new employees. During the performance, they offered encouraging words to the new staff members.
In the Major League game, White Sox player Munetaka Murakami contributed to a comeback victory against the Royals. Although he did not record any hits, Murakami achieved 2 walks. These efforts helped the team secure the crucial win at the Royals' home stadium.
In the Major League game, Cubs player Seiya Suzuki started against the Pirates. Although he had no hits in 3 at-bats, he managed to draw 2 walks. These walks were key moments that helped the team achieve a dramatic walk-off victory.
In the Women's W League playoffs final, Game 4 was played. Dentsu defeated Toyota Motors with a score of 70-51. With this victory, Dentsu completed their record at 3 wins and 1 loss. This achievement secured the team's first-ever W League championship title.
The World Team Championships for race walking was recently held in the new men's marathon race walking event. Hayato Katsuki achieved the victory. Furthermore, Kazuya Iwai secured a notable 3rd-place finish. This tournament is a major event for top athletes held every 2 years.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
The U.S. has shown a dramatic plan to try and blockade ships entering and leaving Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. This move comes after failed negotiations to end fighting. Experts warn that such an action could disregard international norms, potentially causing economic backlash, like rising energy prices.
Following the recent election in Hungary, the new party TISA won, leading to a change in government after 16 years. Leaders from France, Germany, and the UK have welcomed this shift. They expressed hope that this move will help accelerate European unity and strengthen the continent's democratic values.
The temporary truce between Russia and Ukraine, which was observed for 32 hours, has ended. While both sides claim violations, large-scale attacks were not reported. However, President Putin has shown no sign of agreeing to a full permanent ceasefire with Ukraine.
Keiko Fujimori, who is considered a frontrunner in the Peruvian presidential election, expressed confidence to reporters in Lima. She stated that she feels a great responsibility and that the country has taken a very important step toward its future. She is confident in advancing to the runoff vote.
On the New York crude oil market, WTI futures prices temporarily rose to the $105 per barrel mark, showing a significant jump.
The IMF and World Bank are adjusting their global economic forecasts downward for growth and upward for inflation. They warn that conflicts and supply disruptions will hit emerging and developing nations the hardest, requiring potential emergency funding.
The U.S. president announced that starting on the 13th, the United States would begin blocking maritime traffic entering and leaving Iranian ports. This announcement followed the failure of high-level talks between the U.S. and Iran.
South Korea and Poland have agreed to elevate their relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership, focusing on defense cooperation. The nations plan to expand cooperation beyond arms sales to include joint production, technology transfer, and training.
The U.S. president recently criticized Pope Leo XIV on social media, calling him weak. This criticism was reportedly in response to the Pope suggesting that the Trump administration's actions concerning the Iran conflict were politically motivated.
A Taiwanese official advised that any involvement with China regarding trade and tourism deregulation must be led by the government, not by private citizens. He warned that such goodwill measures can often be used to interfere with local elections.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Yuto Nakashima and Yuko Aoki announced their marriage on the 11th. Both actors, who previously co-starred in the drama Suits, shared the news through their respective agencies. Nakashima stated they would continue to value their hearts and respect for each other. Aoki added that she is entering a new phase of life. They expressed deep gratitude for the support they have received from everyone.
Former Nogizaka 46 member Maya Wada announced her marriage on the 13th, sharing a photo in a white kimono. She revealed she married a man involved in media production. Reflecting on her life, Wada stated that all experiences led to her current happiness. She extended her heartfelt thanks to all members and staff for their constant support and love.
Singer Kenichi Mikawa, 79, discussed his recent health issues on the 13th. He had undergone pacemaker surgery last September for sick sinus syndrome. He also revealed a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease. Mikawa explained that the initial trigger was fainting alone at his home in Los Angeles. This incident led him to the hospital, resulting in the diagnosis.
The movie Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, achieved major box office success. The Infinity Castle arc Part 1 reached 40.2 billion yen in domestic revenue. Globally, the total revenue hit 117 million. This marks the second consecutive time the franchise has exceeded 40 yen, setting a record for Japanese film history.
The latest Detective Conan movie, The Fallen Angel, achieved major box office success. The film earned over 3.5 billion yen in just 3 days. This performance updated the series' historical record. Combining the opening day earnings with the subsequent day's revenue set a new all-time series record for the franchise.
Tokyo conducted its first survey regarding cremation fees to understand the impact of inflation. The results revealed a widening price gap between public and private crematoriums. This suggests that rising costs are causing disparities in the utilization fees for funeral services. The study aims to provide reference material for future policy decisions regarding funeral costs.
Last month's Consumer Confidence Index fell for the first time in 3 months, reaching a low level since May of last year. The Cabinet Office suggested that rising crude oil prices, influenced by the situation in Iran, are likely the main cause of the decline. This data shows a decrease in consumers' intent to purchase goods and services.
In response to rising fuel prices due to the situation in Iran, a group of public bathhouse owners met with government officials. The owners appealed for expanded government support. They reported that poor business conditions have forced some establishments to shorten their operating hours, requesting increased aid to help maintain the stability of the local bathhouse industry.
2 Korean pine trees fell at Kinuta Park in Tokyo's Setagaya ward on the evening of the 7th, temporarily blocking the road. This marks the 4th incident of falling trees at the park within the last month. The Park Management Office is currently investigating the cause of these incidents to ensure public safety and prevent further occurrences.
The hip-hop unit Creepy Nuts recently made their first appearance at Coachella 2026. This event is one of the largest outdoor music festivals in the United States, held in California. The group performed for a large international audience, marking a major milestone for the Japanese artists. They shared their message through their unique words and music.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。